all your photo, video, and voiceover needs, check out the fine folks at Blueberry Productions. They will take good care of you. If you don't believe me, you can see for yourself. Check out their work at blueberryproductions.tv, the Facebook page, Blueberry Productions, also a Vimeo page, a YouTube page, and it's Blueberry, BLUBERRY, Prod on Twitter. Check them out today. Blueberry Productions, great people, great work, great service.
Hey there, your yard took a real beating this summer. Luckily, Scott's Turf Builder Winter Guard has your back. Just feed your grass with Scott's again this fall when the air is cool and the soil is warm. It's the perfect time to give your lawn a boost. If you do, Winter Guard will give your yard the nourishment it needs to help weak, thin grass recover and support root growth, giving you a greener, more resilient lawn both now and next spring. Guaranteed. Grab a bag of Scott's Turf Builder Winter Guard today. You'll be back to barbecuing in no time. This is a Scott's Yard.
Hey parents, we all try to be extra careful with our children in the car, but then we get an important call or text. Remember, our children are watching. Make every drive a good example. Be in the zone. Turn off your phone. Visit childrenshospital.vanderbilt.org/BITZ to learn more about our teen driver safety program. Brought to you by Monroe Carroll Jr. Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt, the Ford Motor Company Fund, and the Allstate Foundation.
Hello, my name is Travis Williams, President and CEO of Academics and Athletic Consulting, focusing on educating and empowering tomorrow's collegiate athletic leaders. My passion is for the education and genuine concern and care for today's student athlete. It's the centerpiece of my life's work. A college education, both in and out of the classroom, is a truly rewarding benefit. For more information on AAC, you can go to www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Once again, www.academicsandathleticsconsulting.com. Or you can follow me on Facebook at Academics and Athletic Consulting, or Twitter at Coach TWill24, or Instagram Travis L. Williams 24. Or you can call me at 404-542-6079. Once again, AAC is very proud to partner with J.R. McHenry of the Bossman Radio Show, covering sports and entertainment across the country. Please tune in weekly for informative, entertaining, and expert analysis on today's sports and entertainment topics. Thank you.
The Bossman show gonna talk to you with special guests. You know, Jim Rome has the clones, but Mike Florio has the PFTPMPosse. So I'm joined by the leader of the posse. We're gonna call him Posse for the show purposes. My man with me here. I'm now part of the posse as well. What's up, my man? How you doing with the PFTPMPosse, the head man himself? How you doing, brother?
I'm doing great today, JR. I really appreciate you having me on. And, it's Friday afternoon. Just got done submitting all the questions and everything for the PFTPM podcast today, which on Fridays it's a questions-only edition. So finished that up, and, looking forward to a weekend.
Yes, indeed. Let me ask you this. How did you form the PFTPMPosse? How did it all just come about for the posse and with working with Florio and the PFT Live crew there?
So, it actually happened, kind of by chance. So I've been following Florio on Pro Football Talk since the early 2000s, within the first year or two of him starting. So I've listened to all of the radio shows that he's done on the internet, his PFT Live on NBC Sports, the podcast. So I've been a long-time fan of his and really enjoy the way that he aggregates news. Well, he has the PFTPM podcast he was doing, and actually the week of April 17th was the first day officially of the posse formation. The week before that, Florio was talking about quitting doing the podcast And I was like, no, we can't have that. Like, this is our best time to interact with him and find out personal stuff, get our questions answered. And so I went and I started thinking about, you know, a name, you know, to try and call it. Because I was like, I'm going to get these guys that I know are regulars that we all ask questions, you know, all the time, and get them to join up and let's get this thing, let's get them to stop doing it, or to keep doing it, I mean. And one day later, we had a record number of questions, and it took off, and Florio, under threat of having a mob show up at his house and burn it down for stopping doing the podcast, is now made it a regular part of his week.
Yes, indeed. I enjoy it because on the PFTPM podcast, he can be more just Florio. He doesn't be so buttoned up as he is on NBC Sports, of course. He can just drop F-bombs and drop bombs if he wants to. Say stuff he wouldn't say on PFT Live. So I love Florio's takes. I love how he breaks stuff down from a lawyer's perspective. You know, that he's taught me a lot just by reading how he breaks down legal stuff. You know, and I use him as a source for my show here in stories I want to talk about, because I know if it's on PFT, it's real stuff. It's not some fake stuff.
Yeah, and not only that does he, you know, break things down in layman's terms, and he uses that law background and knows how to talk because he used to represent, you know, the normal, regular people against big corporations. So he knows how to break it down really well. And what I really love about it is that he will give both sides or all sides of the story or multiple sides of it. He doesn't serve, you know, that corporate master, you know, essentially. He has full control on it, and he gets called and he talks about it from the league office, from teams that, you know, don't like what he wrote or why he wrote it and come down on him. But yeah, I really like his way that he touches it from all sides.
Now, I'm going to say, I came across Florio in 2010. Of all places, the Stephen A. Smith show on Fox Sports Radio is when I came across Florio. That's when I first found about him. And it's crazy how now Florio and him don't see eye to eye on nothing. Florio calls him an idiot. And Stephen A. Smith said, will you please make a damn story? You know? But it's funny how it just changed. Like 9 years ago, you know, Florio's on his show. That's how I found out about the guy. You know, listen to him on Fox Sports Radio in the morning time. So it's crazy how you matriculate through his business, how you lose people you began with. And same with Whitlock used to come on PFT. He had him on his podcast, but he don't do it with women anymore. So it's like, just seeing how Florio's on the right side of history on a lot of different things. Because Stephen A. Smith to me and Whitlock to me as an African-American guy in the media is an embarrassment to me. They're embarrassing. You're making it bad for me coming up in my 30s because you how y'all act, you know. So it's like
I can understand that.
That's not who JR is. I'm gonna call it what it is. Truth is facts is facts. That's how I believe it on my show. That's how I believe it. That's how I like Florio, because it's facts are facts, and the posse supports him like no other, which I love about you guys. How you all have his back no matter what.
Yeah, thank you. We always do have his back, even though it's funny because we do go at him sometimes and we disagree. And one of the main reasons why Florio decided to keep doing the podcast was he realized that we were inadvertently, with our questions, making him think about things differently. We were giving him new ideas at times. And he was talking about how a lot of the questions that we were posing and the ideas that we were talking about, he was turning those into articles on the website, segments on the TV show, on the radio show, his little video segments that they do on, on the website, the little video segments. All of that was being populated by the content that we were giving him. So he was getting it. It was actually benefiting him more than just with the PFTPM podcast part of it.
Got there right. I want to ask you about this. Florida's been on this topic a lot this week, the Colin Kaepernick situation. My take is this. I'm here in Atlanta. I wanted to go to the workout, but things got jumbled up where I couldn't get there to get out there to see the workout last Saturday. But knowing what I know from Florio posted, I wouldn't sign away my rights either to sue, because we know you pleaded against me. We settled a settlement before we went to full discovery, so I know that already. So, and I know I don't trust you. You don't trust me. I see you trying to, I think like Jeff Pash tried to, get a broad sweeping waiver for Kaepernick, so he couldn't sue him again. NFL's, sham workout, because it's my thing. You and I both know workouts in the NFL are done on Mondays or Tuesdays, and sometimes on Wednesday. This is a Saturday. You're given a location out of Atlanta, not somewhere central like Dallas or Houston, Atlanta. We're on the eastern side of the country. So make everybody come there. And then you strong arm the back channel and say, hey, can y'all have somebody there and say we gave them a workout? It's all a sham to me, Posse. Is that, that trying to get the man sign a waiver that's blanket, take away all his rights, set up a workout on Saturday, and you're trying to give Jay-Z some cover. And Jay-Z, you say 1 minute you a cap, next minute you're getting money from him. But Jay-Z, what I call he's a capitalist. He's a capitalist. He's about money. It's Stephen A. Smith, about money. We're like about money. They're not for the people, per se. So I just feel like Florio did a great job giving the truth, not allowing people like Whitlock and Smith to muddy the narrative that Florio nailed for us on Sunday there.
Yeah, that whole workout was a sham. It was supposedly a lot of people were saying that it was credible people were saying that it was the entire workout was cooked up by Jeff Pash, the NFL's counsel, behind the scenes as a way to get, that waiver signed, which would, like you said, potentially give them or take away Kaepernick's ability to ever have any kind of legal recourse against them whatsoever. It was a sham from the beginning by only giving him 2 hours to accept the workout to making it on a Saturday. I think we all know that the only day of the week that they could have chosen that would have been worse than Saturday would have been Sunday. They literally gave him the second worst day of the week to do it on. They tried to ram it through. It was never being taken seriously. It's been proven that the teams were colluding because Ian Rappaport reported that teams are calling the league office about Kaepernick, which is why the league supposedly went forward with the workout. So if the teams are calling first to make sure it's okay, then it's obvious that they're working, together, and it's a sham to keep him out of the league still.
Exactly, and that's NFL doing what NFL does, always just playing tricks. Like, this is my thing about it. How do you suspend Ezekiel Elliott but not suspend Tyreek Hill? It's like psycho. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
I'm as a Cowboys fan, that was horrible, and that was another example. And thankfully, the commissioner is going to be. I would say thankfully the commissioner is going to be gone, but I don't know. The next puppet is probably going to be just as bad, but maybe he'll have a different way of handling the owners, because it's been shown that the NFL comes to a conclusion at 345 Park Avenue, and then they work backwards, only admitting or finding the evidence that fits their narrative or fits their story, a lot of times spending millions of dollars on the sham investigations. We saw it with Bountygate.
Mm-hmm.
We saw it with Deflategate. I'm sorry, if at the absolute worst, Deflategate should have been like a minor fine or whatever, just like those players a couple of years ago, not that many years ago, got caught with the stickum on their jerseys that the receivers were using. And what was it? Just a quarterback got busted with a towel that had something on it too, on the sidelines a couple of years ago. It's an equipment violation. Big deal. The NFL changes every rule in the book to make it advantageous to a quarterback, to make it advantageous to offense and scoring. And you're going to get pissed off over maybe a couple of balls that were deflated. That science proves that balls were deflated in the cold weather outside, and there wasn't the same needle used to test, and Mortensen got involved in a bad way by leaking out factually information from the league office. The commissioners made the NFL front office look, to me, almost as humble and almost as inept as the current government. It's laughable.
It's hilarious, and
it is a joke. But that's why the NFL commissioner is hoping to set down as soon as the next TV negotiations are done. And I'm really hoping that they can install somebody more like the Boss type that tries to work behind the scenes to get a resolution that's best for everybody, not look good or anything that NFL does for good purposes. And ever since Goodell had that Time magazine cover with the enforcer on it and all that, it's been just a joke. That's the way they ran through, and the players have zero rights. We've got no rights whatsoever. it's hard to give up anything to get it right because it affects the smart
You got
player.
that right. I fight this policy is that eventually NFP will do their job saying for Dale. I don't know what you give up in negotiation to get what you need, get you what you need to get him kind of neuter him a little bit. But it's just wild and crazy. I think NFL is a big machine. All it's about PR. It's all about spin. And Florio points out something good. If it comes from the NFL media, it's the NFL reporting that. Because they work for the NFL media does. And ESPN, I'm sure they work for the NFL. If some ESPN media. CBS Sports Houses, locker 4 hours on. It's not as in bed with them, but it comes from Airport or Garofalo or Pelissero or Sheffer or Mortensen. They're in bed with the NFL. That's the NFL reporting that to them. Somebody linked it to them for them. Florida does a great job pointing that out there. The NFL is reporting this, not the NFL media. That's the NFL reporting it because that's who's saying this is going on.
Even Albert Breer, who was with NFL for a long time before he joined the NMQB at SI. With Peter King, and he even said that, one of the first things he did for the NMQB was talking about how, there were so many stories he was told that he couldn't report on that they had talking points sent down. Like, if you're going to talk about this story, only mention A, B, C, and D, avoid these 3 things and don't talk about that because it's negative to an owner or something, blah, blah. It's like they're getting these orders from the NFL. Roger Goodell signs Ian Rappaport's check. There is an obvious conflict of interest, and sometimes Rappaport, he has admitted that there is a little bit of a conflict of interest, and he understands it, and he acts with, as much journalistic integrity as he. But, again, we all serve a master, so he can only say so much, and once he finally does decide to leave and take a big money contract, with an independent somewhere else, another organization, I think we'll hear a lot about.
Indeed. Well, look, man, it's been good talk. Catch up with your posse. I'll do this again, man, and tell the other members of the posse support the Bossman show. I'm with you guys. I'm with what you guys got going on. I love Florida. I love the site. I love what you all got going on. Anytime you want to come and talk football with me, any of you all are welcome on the show anytime to come on and talk with me about some football.
Yeah, absolutely. I really appreciate you having me on, and appreciate you being part of the posse. And I'm questions answered today by Florio, so everybody should tune in to the PFT. PM podcast. Like I said, it started off as he did nothing and got nothing for it. And we've grown it enough where he does even have paid sponsors and things like that. So that's finally one of the reasons we told him that he keeps doing it because he's making some money off of it. I'd love to come back on anytime. Always loving football, love talking anything.
All right, now that's my man, Leo the PFTPM Posse here on the Bossman Show.
Hip-hop fans, I got a great album for you. The debut album from Family Grind ENT, True Speech and 313 Fresh. We're going to give you 2 discs, 33 songs of pure, genuine hip-hop. Albums available on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, illstreetrex.com, and streaming live right now on Rhapsody, Beats Music, Spotify, Xbox Music, Slacker Radio, and SoundCloud. Check them out today. True Speech and 313 Fresh. Family Grind ENT. Believe in it. Get it.
A gorgeous tan from Suntan City gives you an inner glow that relights the fire when you run into your first crush.
Vicky, who was that?
An old boyfriend.
Lucky you just tanned at Suntan City.
Lucky he's single. We're doing lunch tomorrow.
Won't be single for long then.
During Tour of the City, try all 5 tans, including spray tan, for just $4.99. Restrictions may apply. Click to buy now.
Suntan City, let yourself shine.
When you're a teen, you finally get to make some of your own decisions. Who are you going to hang out with? What do you want to be? Are you going to glance at that text while driving? Remember, a split second is all it takes for something tragic to happen. Be in the zone. Turn off your phone. Visit childrenshospital.vanderbilt.org/BITZ to learn more about our teen driver safety program. Brought to you by Monroe Carroll Jr. Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt, the Ford Motor Company Fund, and the Allstate Foundation.
It's maybe the night that my dreams might let me know. All the stars are closer. All the stars are closer.
Tell me what you gonna do to me. Confrontation ain't nothing new to me. You could bring a bullet, bring a sword, bring a morgue, but you can't bring the truth to me.
Alexa, play Kendrick Lamar and SZA.
Okay.
With Amazon Music, a voice is all you need. Get tens of millions of songs. Download the Amazon Music app today.
Yeah, it's your man JC, the host with the most, baby, and it goes down each and every Saturday night right here in the city of Memphis. That's right, y'all. It goes down at Clicks Sports Bar Memphis, baby. 3705 Malco Way, Memphis, Tennessee, 38125. Come out and join us, the Three Kings, each and every Saturday night for the livest karaoke in the city. Everybody gets in free till 10 p.m. Only $5 after. Great food. We got drink specials. We got all kind of games, man. We got the pool tables popping. Whatever you want, we got you, man. Come on out. Have a good time with us each and every Saturday night. That's Clicks Sports Bar, Memphis.